First round of the winner bracket, the X Cup Fall Playoffs. Guys, we're going to continue the first appearance of the two teams here, and we have the Hardos against the Chili Donuts. And that is a very interesting and spicy game, considering that this is the first round of the tournament in the winner bracket. Now, the way that this comes together is because the Donuts, they really didn't care all that much about their positioning in the standings. So again, seeding usually makes sure that the top teams meet later in the tournament. So normally, traditionally, the early rounds have one favorite going against an underdog, but this is a bit different because the Chili Donuts didn't really play in as many qualifiers. For them, it was more important to be in the playoffs, but they didn't really fight that hard for positioning. That means they have to deal now with the top team in the first round. So Hardos against Donuts is a really, really good opening for us because, I mean, that game is going to be awesome one way or another. Also means then again that one of these two teams is going to drop down into the losers bracket, so that is a little bit sad. But Zarya and our girl Vala get banned out. Rutsu is such a beast on Zarya that everybody that has a brain bans Zarya now against him. Depending a little bit on the map, and obviously there's a lot of other heroes that you want to ban against the guys here. Bananas Ana is insane. You have Mark with his Mephisto. Lau is playing a lot of Murd these days. There's a lot of things where you can say like, okay, this is a preference pick for them. We can deny this. This is a really strong pick for that guy. Let's get rid of it. At the end of the day, you only have, of course, 3 heroes that you can ban out, so you gotta pick your poison. But they deny the Vala play with a potential double support behind it. They deny Zarya. And then again, you have the Chili Donuts currently with an early Stukov and Jojo here, given that it's Infernal Shrines. Johanna is fantastic for that. Stukov obviously too. Brightwing as an early pick for the Hardos. And they go for Bad Benny on Diablo and Nick on Hanzo. Every single time I see that particular combo, I kind of want to have an arrow into an apocalypse, but let's be honest, we haven't seen that in ages. It's pretty difficult to properly execute that. And if you don't execute it well, or you get a little bit unlucky with the arrow, you waste 2 cooldowns. So very, very, very high risk. If it works, it's awesome, of course, but isn't being played all that much. So I doubt that we're going to see it here, but Diablo in particular on Infernal Shrines is just great. So he's fantastic. A lot of stun opportunities around, and we'll see what else they combo off with all of that. You have already some bully potential with Brightwing and the Polymorph. Tychus gets banned. He's again a staple on Infernal Shrines because of his ult, because of Odin. So that's another one. And yeah, let's see what we're going to get for the Chili Donuts. For them, it's a little bit weird. Honestly, Chili Donuts, they were always one of the teams that in those qualifiers, you never really know what you would get for them. They were a bit too trolly, they were sometimes a little bit late, you know, but they are obviously really good. They have a lot of top players on their side, and we always assumed that for the playoffs, they would get their shit together and then really try and stomp and make sure that they go far in the tournament and secure quite a bit of that prize money for themselves. So now they have to prove that. Going up against a team like the Hardos in the first round isn't going to be easy. Either one of these two teams can win this. If you would have to bet on a team, I guess the Hardos are the favorite here after all, but it's not like the Chili Donuts can't take them down, especially on a good day. So we get Tracer now, and we get Hogger to round out the draft for the blue team. After Lunara and Leo got just taken, which even gives more control over to the Donuts, and even more wave clear, of course. We have only one pick missing, and that's a Rutsu, oftentimes playing his Maiev as well. But what are we going to get on map number 1 in this best of 3? First round of the tournament, the first round of the winner bracket, best of 3. After that, we move on to best of 5s, obviously. But yeah, last pick for the Donuts, and it is Mephisto. So they're going to swap things around a little bit. Maka's going to get his Mephisto here. I already highlighted him a bit earlier as I talked about potential bans against the Donuts. But either way, let's move straight into game number 1, everybody. We're on Infernal Shrines, the Hardos against the Chili Donuts. The Hardos against the Chili Donuts. This is going to be a good one, everybody. Game number 1 on Infernal Shrines. We have Copenhagen on Hogger, Yasu on Brightwing. Harzobs is playing Hanzo. We got Nick on Tracer and Bad Benny on Diablo. And over on the Chili Donut side, we actually have Maka and Lunara, so they did not swap Mephisto over. Normally it was Maka who pretty much exclusively played Mephisto. Now they have Rutsu playing the hero. Obviously these days we have more players that also use Mephisto when needed. Nick is a good example on the side of the Hardos, but for a long, long time In Europe, it was pretty much only Maka that played him. Skok on Leoric, Lauba on Jojo, and Banana H with a low blow on Stukov. Okay, let's get this show on the road. From all the games in the first round of the winner bracket, this is probably the most exciting one. Now, I say that absolutely aware that the last best of 3 that we had was pretty exciting, but if you just look at the names in this game, that is just incredible. We have so many good teams right now. We have Team Wah, we got Gunners On, the Hardos, Chili Donuts, a lot of top teams, and a lot of teams also that want to be contenders. But it starts with a kill against Bad Benny. Bad Benny very, very quickly turned into Dead Benny here. And Lunara, obviously, as she brings in her additional slows, contributed quite a bit. Yeah, and Hazu? Oh, that might have been a mistake, my friend. Yeah, that definitely was a mistake. Is he gonna survive? Tracer dies. Oh boy. I mean, Hazu has to drop his fountain cooldown and is now getting some assistance from Brightwing, so he survives, but Tracer goes down. And that is fantastic for the Donuts. So the Donuts move in and they get 2 kills early on, nearly a third, forcing Hazu into a very, very quick tap on the fountain. And with that, we are now looking at a situation where there's a bit of an experience lead for the Donuts, where they have a slight advantage to the camps that they took. For example, they were faster on their own Khazra camp. Now they can get the third because of it. The blue team is still busy on their own on the left side. But that's a pretty strong opener here. And it underlines again what I talked about during the draft. The Chili Donuts, they were always a little bit like... I mean, you always felt during the qualifiers that they were memeing a little bit, that they were not fully concentrated maybe, and that definitely played a role here. But this team, when they play disciplined, can do a lot. Now, it's really way too early to tell. The Hardos, for example, are always a team that starts to explode in terms of potential and power that they have after level 10. Most teams with top players do. But maybe the Donuts can cause already a bit of an upset here in the earlier rounds. Honestly, it's a bit weird, isn't it? You talk about an upset when you talk about a team with Make, Lauba, Banana Age, Rutsu and others winning. But if you just think about the way the qualifiers went and how the Hardos have performed over the last few, I mean not only weeks, but months, then I think it is still justified. They are the favorite in this. Team Wah has been very, very dominant over the last few months in Europe. And then you have, of course, the Hardos, who always came in a close second. Besides that, we have other teams that pushed into the top 4 successfully, but that's at least how things were like for the last couple of months. And maybe with the X-Cup fall season, things are going to change. Let's not forget that Gunners On is also here to play and fight and show what they're made of. But it's still interesting to see just like the interaction and dynamic between the top 4, top 5 teams within the European scene. And again, trouble. Hazu is going to die here, likely. Oh, Brightwing. Yeah, that was a good timing from Yazu, because that would have been the end. Fountain or no Fountain, if he doesn't get the assistance from Brightwing, he is definitely down. And of course, now we have 24 points also towards the first objective for the Donuts. They are definitely the dominant force this early in the game. Is that gonna translate into the mid game? Is there gonna be something that they can keep up once level 10 abilities are ready? Time will tell, but at least for now, they are driving the bus. And that bus is headed straight for fort number 1, where the wall has already been destroyed. Maka is doing a fantastic job on Lulnara. And uh-oh, Bad Benny! Careful! He jumped out very far to threaten Lunara, and the Punisher took aim and immediately set a low. And Benny is just going full YOLO on this one, isn't he? Yeah, and he is alive. Barely. So is Hazu, but that Punisher is threatening the lives of all of them. If he makes one more jump into that backline, several of them are gonna fall. So they realize that too and move out, but it means that they're losing their own fort. And guys, just a quick note, we are 4.5 minutes into the game and Lauba is sitting on 18 stacks for his level 1. That's pretty good. That's very, very good, I just want to say, okay? So if he is able to maintain that pace for just a little bit longer, he is going to have so much self-sustain, it's going to be ridiculous. So Johanna, very, very diligent getting the Laws of Hope stacks together here. And that will help Lauba a lot. I mean, right now what we're talking about is pretty much 30%, right? So that's already 30% at the 5-minute mark. So if they win additional Punishers and get the extra globes, if they lane rotate and he's able to get a few more, that would be great for him. But that's already a good start. And of course, with 2 kills to 0, half a level lead, that just underlines that even further. But the blue team, they got a lot of experience. And they are now trying to look for potential plays they can make. Look to try and see if they can maybe surprise him here at the camp. That wasn't really the case. It got sniffed out quickly by Lauber. But the Hardos, they're obviously not going to be intimidated by just losing 2 players early on. And the 4th. Which definitely hurts, but they're going to wait for the level 10 opportunity. Nick is already getting a bit aggressive down here. The usual talents that we're getting. The Leaping Strike is ready. We get also the Massive Shove. We got the Falling Sword. Mephisto hasn't made a decision yet. The top side is also now getting destroyed. And the Chili Donuts are capitalizing on the level 10 lead that they have over the opponent. Oh, there's the follow-up on the Entomb. And they try to go for the kill, even putting the Durance of Hate into play. But they can't get the kill here. Level 10 now ready for both sides. And that gives us the Arrow and the Apocalypse, plus a Shockwave. That's a lot of stagger potential that we have. If they get those staggered stuns in, they can absolutely murder them. Arrow connects with 1. No Apocalypse, no Shockwave. They let it slide. Yeah, and instead we might see Hogger fall. Yeah, Hogger's dead. Hogger ping-ponged into the wrong direction. He definitely moved into the wrong path there. So now we got 3 kills to 0 and a potential opening for the top even. If they take that fountain down, that would be bad for the next objective. And that's exactly what Mach is trying here. Yeah, obviously they're attempting to save it. Diablo moving in a little bit deep. Can they take that fountain down? Fountain already getting... Yeah, not yet. Fountain is still there, but Mach is continuing to do damage. At least a little bit, but he just can't do enough. Can he now? Oh, there it is. With Rutsu moving in, Mephisto is finishing what Lunara started. So now we have a fountain eliminated just as the objective is spawning. No sustain, therefore, on the lane for the blue team. Yeah, this is pretty bad. The Donuts, they have small advantages that just add up over time. It's a small advantage here, it's a little bit of a play there. And when you count all of it together, then all of a sudden they're looking at half a level lead, 3 kills to 0, 4 destroyed at the bot lane, Fountains eliminated in the middle at the top lane, little sustain for the blue team. The Hardos, they need a kill. They need a kill or 2. And they're trying against Skok, but they cannot take Leo down. Even if they would take him down, that would not be enough. They need more than that. 23 stacks now for Lauber. Yeah, he's working on that sustain, as mentioned before, and they're moving in. Yeah, the Shrine is already active. The Entomb didn't do enough for them. So, no Entomb value. The follow-up from Stukov was there, but they couldn't catch one. So now we have another play by Benny as he's trying to take Lauber down, but the problem is that he himself gets... he gets crippled so quickly by Macke, by all the slows, by the extra damage that gets pushed out there. The APOC combo, and it's a good one, but is it good enough? And it's not! They kill Lauber eventually, but Diablo dies first, and now Nick is in trouble, and Lunar does so much work. Look at Macke. Again, he is getting so much damage done here against Nick, against Yasu. Diablo is going to come back, of course. He had enough stacks. They still need to wait for Jojo, but in the meantime, the fight here doesn't go too well for the Hardos. The Donuts are at 25 points to 16, but at least now it's a numbers advantage. At least now they have a numbers advantage. So it's 1 to 4 kills. Level 13 is ready on the other hand, and the blue team just doesn't have it yet. Here comes the kill! Lunara and Leo with another quick move against Diablo. He dies, so does Brightwing. They go for Nick. He has no chance. Nick goes down, so does Hanzo. They get the Punisher. They get the Punisher, guys. They prevented the worst from happening, but they lose everybody. 5-man team wipe. The entire team gone. 9 kills to 1. They got the objective, but they paid a hefty price for it. And of course they will still lose that fort. It will still go down. What an opening into this series, into this tournament for the Donuts. This is huge. 9 kills to 1 at this point. And it is a bit of a disaster for the Hardos. Yeah, this is problematic. That's 2 forts down. The Fountain in the mid lane is lost. Obviously, at the top, again, as you can see, this hasn't really done a whole lot. And on top of this, the stacks are also going better and better, especially for Jojo. Lauber is sitting at how many now? I mean, he's above 30. So, yeah, 32 stacks for him already. At the 10-minute mark. He is getting a lot of self-sustain here. A lot of it. And now, with a 2-level lead, 8 kills ahead, 2 forts down, the Hardos, they need a small miracle to come back into it. They need a teamfight victory. There is no way around it. They don't have enough globals here. You can't really count Brightwing in that. Brightwing can, of course, push this out a bit, but she just pales in comparison to a Falstad or a Dehaka. So while Yasuo is able to get them at least some value here up at the top and helps to keep them in the race, he is not going to be able to macro the game for them completely. So they need a team fight. And Brightwing will stay at the top lane for as long as possible and then join the battle. But that team fight has to happen eventually. For now, it would be a bad choice because the Donuts just locked in level 16. They got the extra talent, they got the blessed momentum, they got the royal focus in. But the battle has to happen at some point. And the issue for the Hardos is that it's very likely the next objective spawns while they don't have a talent on 16. So they will play against the talent advantage. And that's just rough. That would be really, really bad if it comes to that. That's why Brightwing is still sitting at the top and trying to get extra experience for them, because they need to catch up. Oh, but there's the play! They try to go for Horga and he is down. Horga is down. The arrow of Hazu, it came too late. And this is just adding insult to injury at this point. They are pressuring through the middle. Skork hasn't even died here. Lauber is nearly at 40 stacks now, which gives him an incredible amount of self-sustain. Banana Age with the Stuka doesn't have to care about Jojo. Lauber is going to be completely fine with his own laws of hope. They're pushing for the fort even before anything else is up. 15 finally on the board, but it's 10 kills to 1. And the Hardos are so hard pressured here. They have nowhere to go at this point. They just try and defend and defend and defend. Hope for 16. And honestly, they are in a position where they might just get it before the next fight happens on the shrine. 30 seconds to get half a level, definitely reasonable. And this is what will likely decide the game. The Hardos know that their best opportunity to turn this is to make a play for the next objective. They can't lose Nick down here. Lauber, yeah, is a bit too late. So Nick is able to move out. But the next fight is likely going to decide the outcome. This is the battle where the Hardos have to fight. They have 16 versus 16 is their only chance. The problem still is there's still a fountain down here that can be used to pre-tap, to move in during the fight. Here comes the battle. 41 stacks for Lauber. A lot of self-sustain. They're making the play. Diablo in trouble. He's in real deep shit and he goes down. Dibbles is down for the count. He didn't have his souls together. And that is a bad start into that team fight. And it's getting worse. Yasuo's pressured now too. We can already tell Copenhagen is trying to secure them a few more points, but he's about to die. Brightwing keeps him alive for a bit longer. They might trade Leo, but even that is a question mark. Yeah, there's the kill against Horga. And now with a 5 versus 3, there's more or less no hope for the Hardos left. There's just nothing they can do now. They're about to lose the fort in the mid lane, as you can see. Yep, taken down already. Objective is about to be claimed too. The Hardos are on the receiving end of a beating at this point. They're getting slammed into the ground here and kicked while they're down. If they don't... honestly, if they can't get a team fight somehow and kill 3-4 heroes, they have no chance there. In 14 minutes, they killed 1 hero. They were able to take Lauber down only once. That's all that they accomplished so far. And it was at the top lane when they traded in the team fight for Diablo. Here comes the Punisher. They want the keep, and they should be able to get that keep. And now the Donuts are closing on level 20 to boot. So, yeah, the situation is getting worse. They might even go and just simply make the play for the core now if they can just get that kill. And they were yeah, there it is. Tracer is down, recalled back into the lurking arm. And that is likely the end of game number 1 in this best of 3. Bad Benny, he tries to save it. He tries to save it somehow. There's just no way. The Punisher is down, but Benny is also in trouble. And they are still poking the core down. Make with one auto attack after another with all of that acid. So they are coming in for the kill. Maybe Hanzo, yes, he dies. But obviously they're just going to go for the big right click here. Hanzo is down 14 kills to 1, and that, ladies, is game 1 as the Donuts lock in the lead against the Hardos in the first round of the winner bracket. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Okay guys, as Twitch chat decides that today is my birthday, I didn't know, but well, Twitch chat knows better. We're heading into game number 2 and the Donuts are ahead. Tomb of the Spider Queen is our second map in the series, and of course, as this is the first round, this is a best of 3. So, guys, I don't know. What can the Donuts do here? First of all, we have the Zarya ban again. Always good. I explained why in the first draft. But here, it could be the end of the Hardos in the winner bracket. If they lose on Tomb of the Spider Queen, they're gonna get dropped down into the losers bracket. Yeah, some people, by the way, thought it was a joke when I said earlier that Blizzard wanted us to call it the lower bracket. That's actually a thing. That's actually true. So, yeah, if you are in the US and you are going for a PC company, they're gonna be... It's the lower bracket, because we don't want to call anybody losers. You know who doesn't give a shit? All the players. Because the first thing they say is like, well, we lost, so we dropped into the losers bracket. And Daddy Blizzard was always like, no, 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 no. It's the lower bracket because here in the Nexus, everybody is a winner. Yeah. Like, you can't make some of this shit up. Anyways, Vala is banned again. I'm a little bit sad. I like the Vala style these days. It's kind of fun to watch, but I can understand why the players don't want to face off against it. Stukov comes in, so he is picked first. Obviously, with the Hardos losing the first map, they had the choice whether they want to go for map pick or first pick. They decided first pick, as most of the teams do. And here comes Jojo and Lunara. I've seen this before. Where have I seen this before? Oh, yeah, in the first game. So, they go again for the wave clear. On Infernal Shrines, the wave clear makes a lot of sense because of the map objective, but also because of the lanes. Here it's a little bit different, of course. Tomb of the Spider Queen in general prioritizes wave clear very heavily. But Leo and Mephisto get picked away. So the Hardos, they see this draft and they're like, wait a second. No, 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 no. We're not going to go for the same shit again. This time we are picking Leo. We are picking Mephisto. And then we'll see how this goes. But yeah, Lunara and Jojo are both taken on the other side. Here comes the Anubarak ban now. And let's go and see what actually gets picked by the red team once the last ban comes in. I mean, Lunara is already a bit of a beast. I guess you could pick Blaze. Jojo Blaze is always great. Blaze for the bot lane, why not? That's a good pick. I guess you can go for the Space Goat. Pick Urel. Alright, they ban Ana. Yeah, they ban Banana's Ana. Because Ana's pretty bananas when played by Banana. Give me that Blaze. I actually don't even know what I want from Rutzo. He could go for one of his Maiev plays. Maiev would be pretty sexy. If they want to go for some real forced action around Maiev, that would be a good pick for them too. But I'm more so on the side lane. And there's Urel. They go for the Space Goat. So no Blaze right now, but they go for Urel. And they have Chromie! That kinky gnome. I don't know what to tell you here. Yeah. I mean, if it's the whip or the slaps, she likes it. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that girl was always on the kinky side. Have you seen some of the outfits that she wears in the Nexus? I mean, whew. She likes role-playing. Oh, yeah. Ask an Uberok, he knows. Muradin and Hanzo. I thought Lauber was the Muradin boy. He's playing Jojo the entire time now. So we get Hanzo, we get Muradin. And Banana H on the last pick. What are we going to get for the support side? Rutsu on the Chromester. She hasn't been played in a while here. But yeah, another good stun. Yeah, they're actually like letting the timer run down pretty hard here. Banana H, come on. Brightwing! Blah. Another fruit fly, everybody. So, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 2. Can the Donuts pull it off? 2-0 victory against the Hardos. We're gonna find out now. Second game of the best of 3 here. First round of the winner bracket at the X Cup Fall Playoffs. Game number 2. Hardos gotta turn it around, or they find themselves in that loser's bracket. Nick and Mephisto going into the skull build here. Both of them obviously viable. I mean, we've seen it in Korea, we've seen it in Europe. Halso and Hanzo, Kopenhagen and Leo, Bad Benny and Murden. And Yasu with Stukov. So Stormbolts into Lurking Arms. A couple of slows on the damage here from our damage healers in the back. Right side of the map with Mako and Lunara again. Skok on Urel, Banana H on Breitwing, Rutsu on Chromie. And Lauba on Jojo. Alright. This is an interesting one. Not gonna lie. This is a really interesting game to me because you look at the Hardos and you expected them to take the lead here. But we said from the beginning that this is gonna be a bit tougher. But I still have to admit that deep down, you know, you look at the pairing and you're just thinking, yeah, it might be close. We could see something like pretty exciting, but at the end of the day, Hardo is likely going to pull ahead. But right now, after game number 1 was won by the red team, they're already opening the second map up with a lot of damage here in the mid lane, and they win that fight. They don't get a kill, but they definitely push them back. And oh my god, Penny, careful, bro. He is eating a lot of dirt here. Now they try to turn it on Chromie, but Benny in particular is just eating one hit after another over here. Holy hell. Nobody died though. I mean, that's probably more impressive than anything else, that nobody in this entire encounter died. But yep, as this continues, we got Bad Benny again hopping around here, and Marke is just... Stormbolt missing. Mace to the face. Marke is just boosting his damage. Oh, yeah, Brightwing is helping out here as Marke is really threading the needle. But how much damage does he have? I mean, a lot of this is obviously damage that doesn't translate into kills, but he is already sitting at 6,000 damage. Chromie is even higher than that. I gotta admit, I'm surprised. I thought that Marke would easily currently run the numbers game. But still, no deaths, nobody got killed, nobody taken down, but a lot of poke happening. And Bad Benny with Murden can obviously soak a whole lot of it because he can easily regenerate back, especially with the level 1. But anyways, that is still rough. So, let's have a bit of a look at that bot lane, because they're going for the camp as usual. But this time it gets contested. And yeah, this is the real party right now. Scott makes it out with a Space Goat, the big fight, 5 versus 4. Here comes Mephisto, he's a bit late to the party, but he could change everything now. And there's the kill against the Space Goat. Copenhagen, he doesn't even die. They drop Lauber 2, 1 down, 2 down, make it 3, baby. And the big play from the Hardos. They take the camp, they take 3 kills, even with the late appearance of Mephisto. But him moving into the team fight changed everything, and now they are ahead. And by quite a bit. Yeah, that one hurt. That one changed the entire flow of the game. We went from 0 kills to 3-0 in favor of the Hardos, them running a 1-level lead, and also pressuring the bot lane, taking one of the towers down. And obviously, the difference in gems is significant here. 40 to 16, that's what we're talking about right now. That's a big advantage for the Hardos. A huge advantage for them. The Donuts got clapped in the last one. They got eaten alive. So this is the big opportunity for the Hardos to control this game from start to finish and really, really push the envelope a little bit in the second game. Force game 3 and take it from there. Now, we're not going to jump ahead too quickly here, but that is definitely a mad advantage that the Hardos are running now. If they can build on it, get the first turn in, run with a level 7 talent, take a few of the structures down, they have an opportunity to just dominate the second game. But obviously the Donuts have already proven in previous battles that they can always get a kill or 2. If they can accomplish that here, they might be able to turn it. But Lauber is in trouble and comes in again. Yeah. Oh boy, they really want that aggression. They are going all out. Guys, they take Mephisto down. They nearly pay for it. Urel is still not out of the fight. But I gotta say, they are risking a lot here. And it might pay off for them. Skok is hopping out. And they kill Hanzo too. What? What's happening? All of a sudden, the Hardos are losing heroes. They still keep their gems. So that is a big point in their favor. But that leading experience and that talent advantage has pretty much disappeared. So, yep, the Donuts are not done with this yet. They might be playing a risky game, but so far it's paying out for them. They're taking some battles that a lot of other teams would avoid, but they're just saying, let's go, boys, we got this. And they've been proven right thus far. Another interrupt from Nick, but he also eats some damage from Chromie as she's still trying to interrupt. We still got Leo at the bot lane against Lunara. Another play for the Dwarf, and hello, Murden. 32 gems. None turned in, by the way. Nobody turned a gem in. Not a single gem has been turned in. Not one. And Chromie already with a temporal loop. So yeah, she gets the ult out. Nick! And goodbye. Gets flattened like a pancake by Skok, who's not out of harm's way yet, but is able to hop out. So yeah, big plays being made all around here. Everybody is going for full-on aggression. Skok turns in 17. Good for him. The first gems that have been delivered in this entire game. Lauber is able to move out. Down here, Hazu, he's trying to play it off against Marke. And now that Urel is moving back down to the bot lane. Yeah, that hurt. Without the support down at the bot lane, that definitely hurt Hazu quite a lot. Even tapping the fountain didn't help him too much. So 73 gem. Both teams have enough gems to turn in. And interestingly enough, the Donuts have a tiny advantage in experience. I mean, it's tiny, but it's there. Double turn in though. So now they're taking, not even the lead, 31 to 33. God, this is close. Damn. And of course, level 10 for both of them. There's the vision, and the blue team gets the first web weavers. Okay. Yeah, we got an interesting one on our hands here. Can they get a couple of kills in? There's a lot of opportunities now to get some gems taken away. But yeah, at this point, we got the blink heal. We got the falling sword. Level 10 is going to kick in for the blue team just in time for that fight. That we're definitely going to see on one of the lanes. They're pushing mid lane the most. But there it is. So first we got the slap. A big slap. The big slaps. In this case also the consume souls. Lunara, hobbity hop. Hibbity hobbity, get off my property, you dab spider. So, Marker jumps in, jumps out. Bot side though, yeah, Urel is having a little bit of a harder time. That fort is definitely suffering right now. But at the top, they're still trying to fight this one out. But killing a fort at the bot lane, destroying that one, that would mean a lot. And Urel is losing it. Yeah, Urel is not going to win that battle. Oh, can you imagine if they kill Benny here? Oh, that's a lot of gems that are potentially being lost. So now they go for Yasu, and he's dead too. It's a double kill. It's a triple, baby. Hanzo is dead as well. 6 kills to 3. The bottom fort, it was destroyed, but at least that fight that we just saw there escalated quickly. 3 heroes down. Now we got Skok trying to go for the Siege Giants, and the red team just turned in for their first objective. Web Weavers are coming, and oh boy, everybody. This is a nice back and forth here. Yeah, this is going to get real interesting real quickly, isn't it? 28,000 damage by Chromie, 27,000 by Lunara, the two of them battling for the pole position. Half a level lead? Nearly a level lead? For the Donuts now. They could get 13 here. And the only one that didn't die yet, the one that refuses to activate his trait, is Leo. Leo at 0 deaths. Now that doesn't change here, at least not now. But we have a double push to the bot lane, and those Siege Giants, yeah, they are helping. Someone needs to deal with this crap. I don't know why nobody's trying to help out down there. They apparently try to go to the top lane to get a kill, but the arrow misses, and Leo just abandons the bottom of the map because he realizes this isn't happening. So they just accept that they're going to lose the bottom fort and moved away from it. Urel already realized that too and moved into the middle. The level 13 talents are now available to them. But yes, bottom fort is down, so structurally speaking, we're dead even between the two teams, but the lead in experience is still available for the Donuts. Oh, yes. Yeah, and of course, top side and the middle are now going to get pushed even further, because with level 13 in their hands, they are going to attempt to use that as best they can. Deny the vision, take the walls down, and push through the top 4, take that down too, and they might just be able to take the entire thing here. But Benny's already moving in from the side. They're trying to distract them as best they can, but they have to be careful because without level 13, they're at a disadvantage, and that's a huge problem for Bad Benny. He might even die here. Gets boosted back in. Chromie with a damage output, and 16 hit points. He goes down. The double kill. Leo died too. The Chili Donuts. Holy shit. They are absolute... They are turning from donuts to bagels. Some real spicy plays here. Yeah, they are not sugarcoating anything in this game. 13 is now available for the Hardos, but oh boy. That's a 5-kill difference between the two teams. The top 4 is in trouble. They lost a lot of ground. Another turn and opportunity for the red team, and they deliver once again. That should at least destroy the top 4. This is getting difficult for the Hardos. After game number 1, I really expected the Hardos to, you know, fight back hard. And I guess they did in the early game. Especially the 3 kills they got gave them a nice head start. But now, all of a sudden, we are looking at the Donuts once again, pushing the envelope and getting further and further ahead here. Yes. I mean, they have the cam too. They're trying to get a kill against Urel. She's trying to push her way out there. If they can keep her alive long enough so that she can at least pop the ult if need be. That would work. On cooldown for now, but yes. Uh-oh. No! Leo! There's the arrow! Maybe now! The arrow! The Donuts! They're trying to go for the kill, but they're missing out on it. The top 4 is destroyed. The one in the middle will definitely fall too. And the Hardos just can't get a kill. The Donuts, they are half a level away from level 16. Here's the next one. They're starting to move onto the middle for another potential kill against Yasu. And he barely makes it out of the fight and back behind the wall. But yeah, top side gets defended, bottom of the map gets attacked, and the Hardos are losing ground on every single lane here. I mean, look at that bot lane. They're going to lose the gate here, they're going to lose one of the towers. And everything in the middle has already been destroyed, making it very difficult for the Hardos to hold a position in the mid lane and get a turn in. They have the gems, but they don't have the level 16 talent, and they have no retreat point in the mid lane. If they can sneak it, great. But outside of that, it will be difficult for them to deliver the gems now. With all the vision that we have from the Donuts, nearly impossible, I'd say. And look at Mephisto. He has 56 gems by himself. Here comes Urel. They want Nick. If they can get Nick here, if they can get those gems, that would be an absolute disaster for the Hardos. It's already bad enough as it is, but that's their only ticket back into this. Here comes the ult. Nick in trouble, and he's down. Nick is dead. Urel might... No, Brightwing with a save. They recovered most of the gems, but Mirrodin is dead. Leo is dead. What is happening here? The Donuts, they're absolutely crushing them. They're going through the Hardos like hot butter through cheese. It's crazy. 11 kills to 3. The Donuts, what? Really? The Hardos, are they really gonna lose the first series of this tournament without even taking a single map, being absolutely destroyed by the Donuts here? Is that really gonna happen? 17.5 to 15, barely 16. Another turn in, nearly available for the Donuts now. They could even go boss at this point. I mean, the Hardos at least have their level 16 talent. About time. But the keep at the bot lane is gone. That also puts more pressure at the bottom lane, of course, which means that you have a much better chance of getting the boss at some point. So, yeah. If you can take the bot lane down completely and the opponent doesn't have a keep there, there will be continuous pressure on that lane, and that will take resources away from a potential defense up at the boss, and that's a huge issue. So, yeah, they need kills and they need them now, or this is just gonna be a disaster. They need those kills. The arrow, it's not good enough. It's just not good enough. Here they come again. Urel is still fine. They're getting pushed back a bit, but they have that fallback option. Great Entomb, though. Great Entomb against Skok. That might be the kill, and it is the kill. Can they get Leo? Can they survive? Leo! Yes, he survives. Banana H gets away. Nick goes deep, and they kill Lauber too. Alright, they're Hardos. They're not out of this yet. Huge kills for them. Oh boy, those kills were important. That's going to be an easy defense now. They're not going to lose anything else here, but holy shit, those kills were clutch. I mean, damn. If they don't get both of them, it is probably going to cost them another keep. As it stands, they can defend easy. So, this isn't over yet. I'm actually even more surprised that the Donuts are still willing to fight here. I mean, you can always poke a little bit with Benny, but your chance of realistically getting a kill here are slim to none. What they try to prevent, of course, is this. The boss being taken out. And the Hardos, they're gonna go for it. And why wouldn't they? And if the Donuts are smart, they're not gonna make a play. They can try and poke and force them back, but if anybody dies now, that would be a nightmare. And they're poking them out. Johanna's back. Johanna's back, and they didn't have the damage to get it quickly. And 2 misses as well. And so now with Jojo back, they can fight again. The turn-in has been prevented. No, not like this! The dwarf gets eliminated. No way. A small setback for the donuts, and then they immediately continue to slap them around. The arrow this time saves Stukov. Yeah, Hanzo's arrow definitely saved him, but they still lost 2. Jesus, what a game. And now the boss is wide open. Boss is wide open, and with 2 catapults already at the bot lane, somebody has to deal with it before it reaches the core. And it's not only that the boss is up, guys. Look at the experience. They will take the boss now and then push with the level 20 talent. Nice move, Chromie. Straight into the boss stun. Yeah, we saw that. But yeah, this is just crazy. Hardos are likely gonna drop down into the loser's bracket. Wow. Not what I thought would happen here. I said at the beginning this is going to be a close game, but as mentioned during the second draft, I believe, in my head there was always this like, yeah, it might be close, but the Hardos are going to take it eventually. Right now, it looks not like this is possible for them anymore. Maybe they can somehow put on a miracle defense and get some kills, reach level 20, and make a play. But it's unlikely. They are getting a turn-in, though. Leo turned in. Maybe that helps them to survive the onslaught. Because here comes the attack with level 20. The donuts are moving in. And they're gonna get the keep. That's guaranteed. The only question is, can they go for core? That's the big question right now. 2 keeps are down. There's still 2 forts available for the red team. But here comes the push for game and match. Can they take it? Web Weaver's already down, and they're getting burned quickly. And it seems like the donuts are willing to retreat for now. They're moving back. They're retreating for now. They're just saying, guys, play it slow, play it smart, play it safe. Oh, okay. So, yeah, they can easily defend this. But those gems that were just turned in by the Hardos probably saved them the game. If that boss moves over towards the core, the donuts attack with level 20 advantage, she will never move back. But the way that this was set up, they just said, guys, let's not risk this. If we get wiped on the core and the Web Weavers take some structures down, we can easily still lose this game. Give them the level 20. They have no keep at the top. They have no keep at the bottom. Time is working in our favor. Catapults scale. They get stronger too. And we can macro this a little bit. We got the Vision. We got Chromie. We got Lunara with those Wisps. And we can play that. But of course, level 20 gives a lot of big tools towards the Hardos. And Tomb upgraded is the biggest one, probably. Yeah. Having the Buried Alive here is huge. So yeah, Urel comes in. They want him! The arrow against 2. Brightwing moved into its path. Hazu nearly missed it there. Wasn't aiming for Brightwing. Didn't even see it. But Brightwing moved in and Chromie got stunned too. But they're just exchanging a couple of cooldowns. And for me, it's all about Leo's engage. If Leo hits one of those murderous entombs, and Copenhagen has in the past hit so many game-changing entombs, if he gets that Buried Alive, they got a chance here. There it is. There it is, and that's the kill. That's exactly what they need right now. Rest of the team is moving out, or at least trying to. Brightwing jumps away. Copenhagen is on the move out. They nearly got enough gems, by the way, for a turn-in. But that was the important part. That was the big one. That was really the big one. Copenhagen and his fucking entombs. This guy, honestly, every time. How many games have you seen him on Leo where he just murdered someone with an entomb and just gets the perfect one off? Killing Jojo here was the big play. Obviously, with 4 heroes still up on the map, the donuts can buy themselves a little bit of time. But they don't have a lot of gems. It's the blue team that tries to turn in. Guys, they still have to destroy those forts. They still have to destroy that. But here comes the turn-in. They let it happen. Careful, Chromie. Arrow dodged, and he's dead. That is such a dumb play. I cannot believe they just did that. I mean, why? Why the fuck would you do that? Wow. Guys, that is how you lose a game. The Hardos, they were prepared for everything. The donuts, they just decided to absolutely YOLO this. And bam, 3 heroes down just as Jojo comes back. Massive fuck up by the red team. And the Hardos are here to take advantage of it. Unbelievable. despite the fact that 2 keeps are down, this might change the entire game. This could change everything now. Alright. Couple of gems are lost. They didn't have too many. I mean, don't get me wrong, they had like 25 or something. But here we go. This is the big play. 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 17. How much can the Hardos get now? Hardos are likely back to business here. They might get a lot. If they can get imagine them getting a staggered kill here. That would be insane. Alright, so they try to go for the keep in the middle. Everybody's back to business now. Urel just popped up into the game. But unbelievable. Yeah, if they can defend the keep, that would be incredible, but I don't think that's even possible. So the keep will likely fall. But if they only lose 1 keep here, they would still have a lead. But this game is starting to open up again. And you know what? They're actually saving it. They actually save it. So, yeah, they're not even going to lose a keep. Still losing every single fort that they had, and the outer ring of defense is now gone. But still. That game got a lot more intense, because what did the Web Weaver do at the bot lane? Push the lane out. So now you have a lot more time at the bottom of the map before catapults become a problem. Yeah, boss is up. Yeah, boss is up. So now when there is like some kind of stagger play around the boss, the bot lane is not going to be that much of a problem anymore. It will become one eventually, but for now they're still fine. Can you imagine them sneaking it now? I mean, nobody's really aware where the opponent is, so they don't know. I mean, now they do, as it just was taken, but they didn't know that the Siege Giants were attacked. But the reason why the blue team takes the Siege Giants is because they want to relieve pressure from the bot lane. So that if it comes to that stalemate at the top, they can sustain their position there longer and don't have to send someone back to defend the core against catapults. And once again, Leo, where's the Entomb? Where's the Entomb? Does he use it here? No. Not yet. Not yet. They're waiting for the opportunity. Lunara is poking it. Siege Giants at the bot lane. Oh yeah, all of a sudden the Donuts are realizing they might still lose this game. They're still ahead, don't get me wrong. They're still ahead. But they're realizing all of a sudden, guys, we might actually lose this. And the Hardos are making the play for the boss. And by the way, they know that they might have to make a move eventually. The longer this game lasts, the better for the Donuts, because the catapults are scaling this hard. And Brightwing is already defending the bottom of the map and is now teleporting in. Siege Giants are gone. Arrow misses. Arrow misses. Didn't hit anything. Did not hit a thing. And here comes the play for Bad Benny. If the Donuts win this fight, it's over. If the Donuts win this fight, it's just over. But Urel dies. Urel is dead. No ult. Once again, it's Copenhagen with his Entomb. Every single time. Copenhagen. Those Entombs, always at the right moment. Always with the perfect play here. Sees the chance to take Urel down. And they drop her. 5 versus 4 on the map now. Bot lane, no problem. No problem. No problem for the Hardos. Not yet. They want more kills and they're looking for them. Bad Benny, he can't die here. He can't die, and he does. Bad Benny goes down. That's a disaster. That's a disaster. As long as Muck is alive and delivers the damage, the red team can still win this. 4 versus 4 now. 4 versus 4 battle. 33 gems against 40. Big slaps from Yasu. But the vision is there. 90,000 damage from Mucke. And here comes the job! The cooldown reduction! Lauber! He puts them in play! They go for the kill and they get it! Stukov is dead. Leo is back! Fucking Copenhagen! He does it again! Are you shitting me? Are you fucking kidding me? You look at this! Choke point, baby! Copenhagen kills them all. Oh my god. If the Hardos win this, they owe Copenhagen more than a bottle. I mean, what the hell? Big damage, of course, as well. But these setups that we're getting, what the hell? Oh boy. This guy is a monster. I mean, guys, think about where we are. We're 25 minutes into the game. The blue team has lost those 2 keeps 10 minutes ago. And still, they can't win this. Blue Web Weavers are coming down. Boss, they're still flirting with it. They can't take it. They can't take the boss. It's not working. But the Web Weavers alone are gonna do work now. In a normal game, what would have happened here is that at some point, everybody would have like stand at the top lane and the bot lane would have pushed this towards the core. What an insane game on Tomb. Seriously. 13 to 15 kills all of a sudden. And this shit is still not over. Oh, after they lost Muradin, this should have been lights out. But nope. They're fighting for it. They're burning the middle down. That's of course the keep that's under pressure, the one in the mid lane here. And I would be terrified of Copenhagen's and Tombs. If that Bury Alive comes in again, they save it again, by the way. Their keep is still there. Keep is still there. Skok at the front, he's like, I don't want to get entombed again. Don't let it be me. Don't let it be me. But the keep is low. And this time they want it. This time they're pushing for it. Lunara is at the top, right wing at the bottom. They kill it again! Uriel just doesn't stand a chance. How many times has she died now? 5 deaths on Uriel. Every time that a tomb comes, they kill her. And now they go for boss. I cannot believe what we're seeing here. Incredible. The Hardos, honestly, just believing in your victory here the entire time. And of course, now, the guys, the red team has to fight. They have to fight. They have to. They also have the option, by the way, to get kills here. It's not like they can't win that battle. They've shown it before. And they're going for it on here. Leo is down, but so is Lauber. They trade kills. They trade kills again. Lunara, Marke with all the damage, and Hazel, 200 hit points. And Marke is about to die. If he dies, it's over. He's dead. It's over. It's over. No! Hanzo is dead too. The boss killed Hanzo. They only have 3. And the vision is here. Copenhagen will be back soon, but so is Uriel. How is this game not over? What is happening here? Oh, Ronzo! Is this it? Skok trying to push them out. They need to stay away from Leo. Leo, if he comes back and hits an entomb, that has to be game. Banana! Banana gets out. They're all on the run. Nobody's going for the boss, and they survive. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. They can't do anything. What a game. What a game. This is insane. If the boss doesn't kill Hazu, I think they can end. I think they can end. They can. If the boss would have killed Hazu, they could have gotten more kills and then played it from there. Now it's a 5 versus 5 again. Alright, reset. Let's reset. Where are we? 5 versus 5. 2 keeps down against 1 keep down. They go for the boss. Uh-oh, guys. They might actually sneak this. They're fast enough. Oh, they got it. They got it. No way. No way. The Hardos, they didn't protect the spot. They didn't protect the point. They have to win the fight. They have to go for the fight. The arrow missed. The arrow, that's horrible. It's horrible for them. Stormbolt, they need to win the fight. They need to win it right now. It's their only chance. They take Uriel down. The boss is gonna end. They need to kill them right now. 1 down. Uriel, 3 down. Who kills it first? 4 down. Only Lunara. They defend. They defend. They go for the defense. They go for the defense. They know they can't make it in time. This game has everything. It has everything. They're defending against the boss because they know they wouldn't be able to do enough damage in time or win the race. Yeah, they were also afraid that Lunara would move in. The core is going to take a little bit of damage, but it's still going to be okay. This game is epic. 72, 60, 63%. Oh my god. Can they cross the map and end? There's no way. Oh! No, 8 seconds. Come on. No, really? They're trying. They are trying! Marke! Uriel is there. She needs to buy time. Brightwing, Chromie, they're all there. I don't know if they can end. I don't know. The core is falling to catapults. Guys, there's catapults here. Catapults on the core. 14%. 9. Then it's over. The Hardos win it. What a game. We go to game 3. Incredible. I want to tell you guys. We are at game 3. I can't believe that I'm saying this. And right now, in my head, again, plays this little voice in the back of my head that tells me, the Hardos are always winning. No, it's not quite that bad, but how did they manage to pull that one off? I mean, seriously. Or how did the Donuts lose this? Once that the boss was attacked, the only play that was really there for the blue team was to take the fight right there on the boss pit and win it, and they did. And after that, it was just crazy. The catapults nearly won it for the Donuts. They nearly did. For me personally, the one moment that I really blame the Donuts for the most was the fight in the middle when I think Chromie got caught, 2 were trying to save her, and 3 people died. That should never have happened. That move was just atrocious. Outside of that, it was not even the Donuts throwing or anything. It was just crazy good plays from the Hardos. Copenhagen in particular hit so many good entombs. Some of them you might argue shouldn't have been possible because the red team shouldn't have funneled into choke points. But again, they were on a bit of a killing spree there, trying to hunt the rest of them down. So yeah, just crazy games all around, crazy moves. That map was insane. Now we're in Sky Temple, and Sky Temple is going to decide which team moves over into the next round of the winner bracket, and which team drops down into the losers bracket here. So we got Stukov banned out, Brightwing banned out, both the supports that played a role in the last game, Lucio also eliminated, and Junkrat. So already we are getting rid of some of the top characters here. Now you might realize there's a few that are still up. Vala's up, Zarya is up, and we have an Anubarak first pick for the Donuts now. It's like, yeah, this will be more than just a little bit interesting. Karazim and Dehaka are already playing this aggressive. Now we can play with the globals, of course, here. But, oh boy. Yeah. I mean, Karazim with a 7-sided after Dehaka, Tom Connect and Isolation. Maybe you get even a few more stuns besides that. Already got Lunara and Uther in though on the other side. So yeah, Maka and his Lunara, I mean, honestly, I don't even remember how much damage he ended up with in the last game, but it was way beyond the 100,000. He just poked them down to a crazy amount. Muradin in particular, Muradin just melted. When Maka was going in, Muradin had such a huge problem staying alive. Now we got Banana H on Uther. Technically, they can even move in a little bit more support there. But yeah, these games are just incredible. And here comes Urel. This series has everything that we expected and more. I expected a close series. I didn't expect game number 2. I mean, damn. Okay, so Urel gets banned. And there's the variant ban. So no taunts against them. No opportunities to go and put Karazim in an even better position with all of it. But yeah. Let's see. What are the Hardos not going to do? I mean, technically you could go for a super mobile team here if they really wanted to, and maybe even go for Falstad and play macro a bit more. Okay. There's Falstad, there he is! Falstad and Tyrael. Okay. And Zeratul plus Blaze. Okay, we're going spicy here. We got Falstad, we got Tyrael. So 2 globals. Well, I mean, first of all, the question is what Bad Benny is going to play as his ult, but outside of that, he's obviously not the global. Dehaka and Falstad are. So we have 2 globals already for the blue team, so they can play the macro game. Zeratul with Uther, so we can see the Divine Shield on Zeratul and allow him to go real deep here, or just an additional stun after Anubarak and Blaze. Plus Nick on the other side for Genji. Guys, it's going to be good. It's going to be awesome. Sky Temple. Final map in this best of 3. We're going to move into best of 5s tomorrow with the next round of the tournament. But today, in the first round of the winner bracket, we have best of 3 series. And, well, one of these 2 teams will now drop down into loser bracket. The other one will advance. Who's it going to be? The Hardos or the Donuts? Let's find it out. Hardos against the Donuts. Here we go, guys. Game number 3. After the second map, this is the conclusion of the series. It's gonna be epic. Benny on the left side for the Hardos. We got Copenhagen on Dehaka. Hazu He's playing Forset in his third game. They got a double global. Yasuo with Karazim and Nick on Genji. On the right side of the map, Rutsu with Zeratul. He's definitely one to watch out for. Mako on Lunara, Skork on Blaze, Banana H on Uther, and Lauber on Anubarak. Once again, a big shout out to our Mr. X, who sponsors the X Cup seasons here. Without him, all of this would not be possible. So a big shout out and thank you here. Definitely means a lot. And also, thanks for everybody for tuning in. If you watch this on YouTube, make sure that you also hit that like button and hit it hard, obviously. If you want to support the channel, you can always check out the Patreon link and support it there. And also help to, of course, finance future tournaments for the Heroes of the Storm community here. Yeah, but as we are checking this out, we are going to find out which team moves on. What's the conclusion here? Aggressive play made for Karazim, who should be able to jump out, and he dashes away. Genji with an immediate attack, but Nick needs to be very careful that they don't turn on him, because that could still be the end of our Genji player here. So on level 1, we got the typical play with the Shadow Hunter as a level 1 ability. Same time now, top side, a 1v1 battle on the Watchtower, where De Haka dodged out nicely on that stun attempt, but now that Rutsu is moving in, it could still be the end of the dinosaur. They won Copenhagen, and they barely can't get him. Then again, Hazu moving in to help him out also didn't fare much better. Banana H was ready with a stun, but Skork missed the jet propulsion. So the teams are still playing aggressive. Teams are still playing aggressive, hoping for kills, and trying to make a few plays here. Now, let's see who is able to get the first blood. And especially what happens once we have objectives in the game, if they just trade some of those temple shots, or if they actually attempt to go for kills and make something happen. Now, there's obviously still the elephant in the room, and that's the double support setup that we have for the blue team. So they have technically multiple options. They can, oh, well, for now, in order to keep those options alive, they need to make sure they're not falling behind in experience by too much. And so far, that's definitely the case. But as the temples open up, they can play those side lanes with some of the globals and really just try to get ahead through experience, and then slowly but steadily edge out small advantages that will lead eventually to a lead in talents, a lead in levels, and then turn it in team fights against the Donuts. So their draft is much more oriented towards plays with macro than just team fighting. But they also have the chance for team fights. I mean, we could even see Judgment again. We already saw it once today. But imagine a good Judgment and an isolation through it, and then an attack with a 7-sided strike, Genji coming in for an attack. So yeah, there could be a lot of plays made by the blue team that are just designed to delete a specific individual target on the other side. And outside of that, in the bigger scheme of things, play more with macro. So they have a lot of different options here. And we'll figure out after level 10 what exactly they're going to try and do. For now, obviously, it's just them all trading. You have camp for camp at the top lane, 5 to 6 on the level side, and with the objective now up, this is really where we're going to see which team is taking the initial lead. And for now, the red team takes the temple in the middle. Top side is still a bit of a battle over it happening, but Genji has taken control for now. Everybody is, of course, trying to take the Bruiser camp down on the other side. And Anubarak is being a bit contested by Benny. Hazu moved in, and Falstad had, of course, the advantage of moving into the mid lane immediately, where Zeratul is slowly rotating over, so a few additional shots are taken, but they exchanged the 2 temples. Topside has now been claimed by the Donuts. Level 7, even a little bit faster, actually, for the Donuts as it happens. And, yep, Zeratul made a play for Hazu, which nearly cost Falstad his life. But they can still move into the middle now. Benny and Yasuo both in trouble. But Karazim zips away. Everybody's low though. Blue team is low. They finally have level 7 so they can fight here. Jet propulsion hits 2. And that could be the end of Tyrael. And indeed he dies. And everybody else is so low that they can't capitalize on the explosion either. So the first blood goes to the Donuts. Yeah, they come in again with a quick hit here. 1 kill to 0 and a lead in XP. And they can even go for the top fort. Even if they don't take the entire thing down. Just doing structural damage without the help of the objective is always a huge win on Sky Temple. So even if they don't take the entire thing, dropping it to 50% HP is huge on this map. So Chili Donuts with a very strong opening into game number 3. But after the last 2 games, we pretty much know that doesn't mean anything. You blink once and you die. One mistake and you're just gone. And always beware of Copenhagen. We saw what he can do in Leo. But if he hits the Contagion the way that he hits his Entomb, then you have something else coming your way in the late game. So for now, boss is up on the map. They also try to go for this. Nobody's rotating in for it. The top fort by now has been taken down, by the way. Rutsu is pretty much just acting as an observer ward here. And is trying to get a bit of damage in. Just annoying them a bit, trying to maybe buy them some time. That didn't work, so both of the Siege Giant camps get now claimed by the Hardos. But they sacrificed their top fort for it. And with a little bit more time for the Donuts to rotate, they might have even been forced into a battle. Now, thankfully for the blue team, that hasn't happened. But those Siege Giants, as you can imagine, haven't really survived for too long. So, for now, we got nearly level 10. And that is where the Hardos really need to get the hell out of the way. Once that level 10 hits, I mean, it's a small window, but it's a half-level window, so there's a couple of seconds that you have. You can't fight against this. And Genji is already in trouble. Nick is nearly down here. And level 10 is going to tickle in, and the Donuts are going to burst through the bot lane. They want to try and take that fountain down. Bit of a different style now for Maka as he goes into the poke with his level 10 choice. So instead of going for the leaping strike, this time we have him heading into the Thornwood Vines, which he could have technically also used to try and take the fountain down here. But they got their level 10. They already set heroes up here at the side to capture the rotation of Hazu once that he makes his move. Skog is singing in the mid lane. Down here, the few early shots are fired, but the advantage to the globals is now visible at the top as Dehaka is pressuring the lane and taking all of this down. Then again, Falstad attack, Gust being used, and Rutsu moves out. But the ult is now gone. The ult has just been used by Falstad, and he's down for another 50 seconds on this one. One kill, all that we got so far, but here it is. So now once again, we got in the mid lane a bit of pressure from Blaze as he now moves around to the bot lane. And they can take over this fight. Here comes Rutsu. Moves in, out. Hazu also jumping in. Another 30 seconds until he has his ult up. We got no seven-sided strike. He's going for the palm this time. It's going to help to keep Falstad alive when Zeratul makes his move. And Sanctification to boot. So a lot of defensive plays here made by the Hardos. The Donuts, they want to go for the aggression and they get the kill. Zeratul, they move in. They get one, they get two. The Divine Shield allows them to go for the dirty plays. The double kill and they aim for the triple as they go for Copenhagen. Copenhagen dies. That's the end of the dinosaur. 4 kills to 0. And with the final few shots, they can threaten the bottom fort even further. Nicely done. And they go for boss. Wow. I was a bit afraid that after the second game, the spirit of the Donuts is going to be broken. And I cannot believe that I'm the only one thinking this. I mean, if you lose a game that you pretty much had won already the way that they did, how do you just reset and just say, okay, guys, let's forget about it and let's just go for the next one? But they made it happen. They paused the game. I guess we're having some technical difficulties. Maybe it's just simply a bit of a voice issue, but there's no denying that they're going to win this boss. This boss is taken. Normally, if you're going up against the Sanctification, against the Mighty Gust, and also against the Haka here, you can't really go for the boss that easily. A Mighty Gust can blow you off. The Falstad is not the only one that has good tools. If you, for example, go up against Tyrael and he drops a Sanctification for a team fight, that boss is going to be a disaster for you. And that's something where the Donuts have to be careful in the late game, that they're not falling into this trap. Boss fights in general at this point are better for the Hardos. But if you kill 3 of them, then of course you can take that bad boy. And it's going to result in the bottom fort being destroyed. That boss is not going to do much more. He's maybe going to take a tower down, but he shouldn't be able to do too much. But every time you damage structures on Sky Temple of your opponent without using the objective, it's a win. Because right now, if you look at the minimap, what's very evident is that the Hardos are behind in structures. Which means, once that we're having a double temple up, like for example the next phase, when the top temple and the bottom temple are up, if we have an even trade on the temple shots between the Donuts and the Hardos, it's a win for the Donuts. Because it means eventually they're going to take those keeps down, eventually they're going to take the core down with it. So that puts pressure on the blue team. And them not having level 13 talents at this point is of course emphasizing this even further. They're moving into the middle. Yeah, nice attack here against the Nubarak, I like it, but it turns against Yasuo. Cocoon is out. They're trying to go for the kill. Yasuo palms himself, as any good monk does, and the palm triggers. Nice plays by Zeratul though. And it might not be over yet. They're trying to go for it again. Here's the stun, and Bad Benny turns once again into Dead Benny. The explosion is there, but they're all still alive and kicking. The jet propulsion stun misses though, and they need to use the Divine Shield to keep him alive. But the fight isn't over, and Rutsu is aiming for that backline. Rutsu, Zeratul loves chicken. Zeratul, he is a chicken connoisseur. And if he sees a bird, he goes for it. Falstad, he doesn't stand a chance. He needs the assistance. So whenever Rutsu sees an opportunity, he's gonna go for the birdie. And that's a big problem for Hazu. That's also one of the reasons why Karazim actually went into Palm. So now we have more Siege Giants taken. They're gonna move into the middle, trying to take this one down as well. Zeratul is already sitting here. First few shots are being fired. And it's getting tricky. It really does. 5 kills to 0. The Hardos haven't killed a single hero yet. But they're doing some work up at the top. They're trying to go for this one. Trying to take that down too. First few shots are already fired against the bot lane. Boss has done some initial damage earlier. Even Lauber's moving in right now. They want to go for the fountain. They want to take even more down here. And guys, they can. The Haka isn't here yet, but of course he can global in. So they get damage on the keep. We are only 10 minutes in and they're damaging the keep already. That's where we're at. So, once again, the Hardos, as in game number 2, are behind and need to somehow bridge that gap. And it's a big gap. We're nearly talking about a 1.5 level leader at this point. Level 16 talents are getting incredibly close for the donuts. And camps are taken everywhere right now. Level 16 is in. That gives us also the Master Warp Blade. Epic Enter is in. And Nubra can now epically enter the opponent's team composition and stun out a few targets with the epicenter of his burrow charge. So, for now, yeah, have fun if you're the Hardos. I mean, they need to be used to the... You should be used to it by now, right? They played the entire second game pretty much from behind and were able to win it in the end after all. If they can force a fight around the boss with all of their ults up, maybe they have a chance to go for a big Hail Mary here again. But as we speak, they are again in trouble. Rutsu, okay, Skok misses the jet propulsion, but they're already trying to push the bot lane. Here comes the Cocoon, they want an engage. They want an engage, can they get the stuns? Can they get the stuns? And the answer is no, at least not for now. Good gust by Hazu. Nick is low, but he gets out. The problem is that the push is not gonna stop. They want that keep, and there's nobody that can stop them, not without a level 16 talent. The keep is gone. First keep gone, right there. And Zeratul is going in for it again. And honestly, half the time, he doesn't even want to kill... I mean, obviously he always wants to kill Falstad. But half the time he doesn't even expect to get a kill here. He just wants to apply pressure to force Hazu to play more passive, stay further in the back, and be of less use to the team. And every single time that doesn't happen, he's going to look for another chance to kill him. Here comes Genji with his ult. Bunker is immediately up. Bunker is up, and half the ult is already out. Copenhagen is in trouble as is. And he has the jet propulsion, and the bird is down. Genji is dead too. 2 heroes eliminated already. And the temples are activating in 2 seconds. Guys, this is bad. Bad for the blue team. Boss is up again. And we have a temple up once more. 25 seconds for Falstad. 26 seconds for Genji. And they can go for boss right now. And you have no idea how beneficial it is for the Donuts to get these bosses all the time. As I pointed out earlier, if they fight a 5 versus 5 on the boss against the Hardos, they're likely going to lose it because of Sanctification and because of Mighty Gust. But if they can claim it outside of that over and over again, that helps. The bird is coming back though. The bird is coming back, but there's the kill on Karazim. Karazim is down, the birdie's flying in, and they're going for an immediate kill. Hazu, he has to rush out. The Haka died. The boss has not even reset yet. But of course the Donuts are totally willing to let the boss reset if they can force the battle outside of it. They know that right now they are just in a much better position to win these fights. Boss is claimed. 9 kills to 0. They're 2 levels ahead. And it's boss plus Siege Giants at the bot lane. There's not even a keep standing anymore. This thing is gonna go core. And they're already trying to get additional kills here in the middle. Genji is getting attacked, and now the only question is how are the Donuts going to play this? How are they playing this? They might have 20 for it. They might just go core here. I mean, they have level 20 in just a few more seconds. That's why they're moving into the middle here, because they want the extra experience from this wave. So they're going to get their Storm Talents, and they move in with Boss plus Siege Giants. They want to end this. They want to go to the next round of the winner bracket. Level 20 talents, Shadow Stride is in, Forest Wrath, and they are bursting that core down. Look at the ult. They went Bulwark to just get the extra sustain. Guys, this is game. This is it right here. The Donuts with a huge victory and nearly a perfect game against the Hardos in Game 3 of the series. GG.